Hey guys! So today I am going to do not sort of a plant tour. I'm just going to be showing off all my plants. That's what I'm going to be doing. Showing off all my cool plants. So currently I have 4950 I think. Not as many as you see like online other places, but I am a teenager. I do not have an entire house to myself to place my plants wherever I want them. So I have a couple downstairs, like in the kitchen. I have one in my basement. But the majority of my plants are in the room you're seeing now. So I'm going to be showing them all off to you today. First I'm going to start off with all the plants in front of my grow light and like down on my extremely messy desk, which is mostly like propagations, projects, and I'm watering this guy, so that's why he's here. So first up, I have my philodendron lemon lime. Haven't had him for too long, but the only reason I moved him here is because he needed more light, which is why directly in front of the grow light. And then I have my Ficus elastica burgundy, which wasn't growing for the longest time, but now that it's growing, it's shooting off these tiny leaves. They're slowly getting bigger, so I have hope that it'll grow great. I don't have too many worries. And next I have just a simple moth orchid. It doesn't look great. It was like a rehab plant, so I'm dealing with that. Then I have my philodendron micans, which I got this for a great price actually. I have it just climbing up a stick because I don't really care to buy a moss pole or to make a moss pole. And frankly, it's actually doing really good. It's not attaching itself, but it's sort of wrapping itself around the stick. And I mean, the leaves are looking absolutely beautiful. So no complaints from me. Next is my Alocasia poly, which, it's just kind of vibing. Have this one watering too. It's nothing special. Haven't had any problems with it yet, but we'll see. This one, on the other hand, I've had many problems with. This one is trying to take the spotlight here. This started off with 4 leaves, and now it just has one bigger leaf. So it may or may not grow again. It just kind of stopped growing for me. Next I have my Hoya Crimson Queen, which once again, not growing, but I just got it, so I'm not too worried about it. And then I have my pretty large Monstera deliciosa. I got this in a 4-inch pot. It was extremely root bound, so I repotted it. And now, after less than a year, I had to repot it again into an 8-inch pot. So that is currently what it's in. And it actually has, this is its newest leaf here, but it has a new one coming. Where is it? There it is. This light is awful because of the grow light, but I'm planning on getting a new one. There's the newest leaf, and all the newer ones have fenstrations, and you can tell that these are the older ones. But I don't want to chop them off or anything because they let me know when it needs to be watered. And I do actually have a root growing into this cocoa pole. Alright, next I have this Peperomia obtusifolia. Just a regular green one. It got bleached because it was in my terrarium over there, so it's a bit lighter. But I brought it out here and it's been doing great ever since. Next I have my Hoya compacta, which I just repotted and watered. It's doing great. Some Micans propagations, snake plant, and ZZ propagations, ZZ propagation, and then a leca project. This one, part of my philodendron silver sword, is in water, and then this one I just put into leca. Obviously yellowing, whatever. Once again, not worried. And then here's a Peperomia obtusifolia propagation. This is a plant I'm giving away, so I'm not including that. And then here is my heartleaf philodendron, which once again I have it growing just up a pole. And these leaves are getting big. This one hasn't even hardened off yet, and it's about the same size as one of the originals, which is weird because all of the other ones are tiny. So this one is like huge. Next, hiding over here, I have my philodendron Brazil, which wasn't doing great because I neglected it and forgot about it. But now it's doing pretty good for itself, I'd say. And then I have a Syngonium painted arrow. Beautiful new leaf. I started this as just a one-leaf propagation, and now it is living its best life over here. Gonna have to go to the other side of my desk here. Alright, here's the one that wanted the attention. This is my purple shamrock. It just got out of dormancy, which is why it's still like pretty sparse, but it's doing pretty great. It's trying to hog all this light, which is why it's kind of bent this way. I don't mind it too much. I don't need my plants to be perfect. Then I have the first member that you're going to see of my Pothos collection. This is my Jade Pothos. Just got watered, which is nice. Hasn't been growing lately, but once again, not too worried. Growing season just ended. It's whatever. Then I have my Cebu Blue Pothos, which I have a little string of nodes here, so hopefully I'll get more leaves to fill it up. If not, I can just propagate this. Oh, is that tiny, tiny little new growth point there? It's beautiful. I love it. Then I have some String of Hearts propagations. I really need to clean these. Ignore that. But I have those in water right now. They're not doing much yet, but that's all right. Then I have my Enjoy Pothos. Has these two guys, which are getting along. And this one is trying to catch up too. There's this one here, I guess. Wow, I just haven't been keeping an eye on this guy, really. It's getting pretty large. And it's a full pot, too, so I'm not worried about, like, filling it up or anything. I'm just going to let it do its thing over here. Then I have my Monstera Adansonii, also started from a one-leaf cutting. And it has a new leaf coming. I'm super excited for that one. I moved it from under the grow light over to the window, so I was scared that it might not get enough light, but it seems to be doing all right. Because although this is an east-facing window, I have a huge tree covering up most of the sky, so it's whatever. Then I have my just basic Tradescantia zebrina, which I also just at first didn't take care of, neglected, and now it's one of my favorites because it's so full and so beautiful, and I don't know how I didn't know how to take care of this thing before, but it's not difficult. Then I have my Syngonium Pink Splash. I love this leaf. This is one of the most recent ones. This one is kind of a dud, but this one is just, that's my favorite overall. It's so nice. Okay. Then I have my String of Turtles, which is a project. It kept shooting out these just like leafless tendrils, and so I've been trying to like circle it around the top of the pot to get it to grow more up here than down here. Then I have my favorite plant of all time, String of Hearts. You can tell why I was propagating this thing. It was also doing the same thing as my String of Turtles. So I cut some off and I propagated them over there. But this plant's doing really good. I like it. I like it a lot. Kind of wish it was variegated, but that's besides the point. Then we have my Marble Queen Pothos. Ignore this mess over here. Just got done with chores. Just ignore it. And these leaves, it's getting huge. It's getting absolutely ginormous. This grew all while I was on vacation for a week. You can see this leaf is still hardening off, but it still continued to shoot these out. And then this one is also trying to catch up. It's just, this is my favorite leaf right here. Snow Queen looks like. They put a Snow Queen cutting in with these. This one is a very floppy leaf. Don't know what's going on with that, but it's all right. Then, this used to be my favorite until it stopped growing for me. It's just my Neon Pothos. I still love it, and it has some tiny little propagations I've done to fill up the pot, but it's not growing nearly as fast as my other Pothos. Like, this used to be this short, and this one is this long. Now that this one's this long, it's still holding in there, but, you know, you can't control it. Then I have my snake plant, which used to be my largest plant until, you know, my Monstera took over. And I kind of just ignore this thing. It does its thing. I completely ignore it, and it's doing fantastic. I should probably replace the soil, but I mean, it doesn't need it, obviously. It's doing great. Then I have the classic, the good old golden pothos, which sort of in the same state as my neon. Not really doing much for me except for this single new leaf here, which I'm excited for. But other than that, I don't think there's, ooh, that one's pretty. I don't think there's much else going on. Yeah, I need to fill up the pot more over there. And then I have my classic lucky bamboo, just planted in some water, some decorative rocks. Nothing too special, it's there. I kept it when I was giving away my plants, if that says anything. So still love it, still love it. Then over here, I have my gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous Scindapsus pictus exotica. This leaf is still looks like it's hardening off, or it's just going to stay that lighter color. But oh my god, these leaves are so perfect. This one's a bit less perfect, but that's alright. They're all special in their own way. And then I have a new leaf coming here on this one. Then moving over here, more pothos. I know I don't have enough, right? Global Green. This is Acosta Farms Global Green Pothos. All of its leaves in here died. I really want to just repot this into new soil because, you know, Acosta Farms isn't great at that. And I was quarantining it for a bit, just in case I had any pests or anything, but it didn't look like it, so I put it back next to other plants, sort of. I don't know, it's still sort of quarantined, but, oh, look at that tiny leaf there. Adorable. Still has the variegation on it, too. Look at that. Alright, moving on over here to my terrarium area. This is my Palea that I'm currently trying to rescue, because I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Example 1, don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's getting plenty of light from this, but it's just sparse. Like, the leaves are getting bigger, but it's just really sparse. And the leaves are very fragile and they fall off so easily. So, and then we have my Hoya pubicalyx. Is this a new leaf? I didn't even notice that. That is gorgeous. And then it's shooting out some new growth over here. I'm going to throw these away. Shooting out some new growth. And I'm super excited for that guy. It was a gift from a friend. Alright, time for my little enclosure thing I have going on. And yes, I know I need to clean it. It's very, very spotted. So in the back there, I have my first ever plant, which is a Tom Thumb succulent. I can't remember the botanical name right now, but it's Tom Thumb succulent. Then I have a ball cactus, and then a zebra succulent, a ghost succulent, which I just rotated, which is why it's sort of like facing the back there. And then I have my variegated peperomia obtusifolia, which, look at those variegated leaves. Oh my god, I love them so much. I was struggling with this one at first. It had some sort of like disease, but it seems to be doing fine now, so I don't know. Here is my wax ivy, which this sprig right here, that's doing great. Look how pretty the very, and then this one is on a suicide mission because it just keeps shooting out just white leaves, and it's still alive. That sprig's not dying off whatsoever, which that's just the most confusing thing ever. In the back there, you see my dead string of pearls. I got a new one, which I'm going to replace it with. But, yeah, that's my dead string of pearls. Then I have this, some sort of aloe plant. I think it's a Christmas carol. I'm not 100% sure, so if you guys could help me out on that, I'd really appreciate it. And then over here, I mainly just have a ton of succulent propagations that I got from work, where just leaves fell off and I put them in soil, and then they're in here now. And they're doing great, honestly. They're doing absolutely fantastic. These ones are also propagations, but they're not doing as great. I don't know what this guy's doing, but I don't care too much. And then I have my single air plant here, which is not dead yet, surprisingly. I'd say I'm doing a great job with that guy. Then I have my spider plant, which has grown so much in the past, like, a week. It's crazy. And my Raven ZZ, which is also a propagation from work. And no, it does not need water. This leaf is just permanently curled. And then I also have a Scindapsus pictus exotica leaf, which I'm going to give to a friend. So that is my room. All right, voiceover time. So this is one other orchid that I have. It's just a mini orchid that I got from work because the blooms fell off. It's not a great potting mix, but anyway, this is my African violet. It has white blooms and it just got done blooming. I love that thing so much. Next over here, those are my mom's plants, ignore them. This is my third orchid, which is currently putting off what looks like a new bloom. So hopefully that's going to be blooming shortly. It's actually grown a lot since even I take this video, so I'm super excited. That one has a better potting mix than all of my other orchids, and the roots are growing great, and it's doing the best out of all my orchids. Probably because of the potting mix, but I don't know. I love it. Next is my jade plant. It's grown super tall, and it's going to put out a new shoot at the top, so maybe it'll be less lanky. Hopefully, we'll see. Might need to pot it deeper. And then we have my giant aloe vera, which frankly, I just ignore it, and it does its thing. I just watered it, so don't need that. And then I have what I think is a rat tail cactus, and it's putting off these shoots that I'm really tempted to cut off and propagate, but I hope they just do it themselves. Now over here, this is my basement now. We have my gorgeous peace lily, which I just repotted. I soaked the crap out of it when I did so it probably won't need water for a while. We used to have to water this thing like weekly, but it's doing great now. Look how beautiful. These lower leaves aren't doing the best, but perfect. All right, that is currently all the plants that I have here, I'm pretty sure. I keep forgetting to bring my new string of pearls home, but I will definitely update you guys on my Instagram and stuff about that. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm looking around to make sure I didn't skip anything, but I'm pretty positive I got everything. Yep, that's the finished plant tour. I hope the video wasn't too long for you guys. Anyway, that'll be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and comment down below what your current favorite plant is at the moment, because mine changes every week, I swear. Right now it's only my monstera because it's growing so fast. It used to be my neon, but I guess my favorite is just whichever one is growing at the moment. So hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!